my system one.
Alright. Thanks for coming to watch my 100 subscribers special. As per usual, I'm going to go through a Steam discovery queue, trying to add each game to either my wish list or my ignore list. And then afterwards, I'm going to give a brief channel update, explain some of the changes that have been going on in the coming future. And let's go ahead and get started. GTFO, hardcore 4-player cooperative first-person shooter with focus on team play, atmosphere, features edge of your seat. Okay, interesting. No rating on it, but it looks like it's kind of stealthy and horror-like. Oh, early access. It is seriously hard. You need dedicated teamwork to survive. It's $30 bucks. Can I hear some of it?
Those fuckers might be anywhere. I don't know what I have done to them.
I don't really need the narrative stuff. I want like actual gameplay.
They want me to feel.
I wonder why they advertise it being super hard so much. I guess they expect most people won't even beat it. Yeah, see, that shot with the guy he shot and exploded, that was what I was thinking was going to happen in this game. It's probably like gory. And if it's gory, I don't think I'll be interested. That's just me. Because I would definitely be into a cooperative first-person shooter.
GTFO is a hardcore 4-player co-op.
And why is it called GTFO? Do they have an explanation for their acronym? I mean, I can guess what it means, but like the actual game name is GTFO.
Forced down into a terrifying underground complex to carry out different objectives. GTFO is being developed by 10 Chambers Collective, a self-funder, and when it runs out and you update the game, the rundown is replaced with a new one, a new work order from the Warden. Each new rundown provides a fresh set of challenges for our community to tackle, and it's only available
for a community to tackle. Is it like everybody doing the same mission at a time? I don't know.
One might contain fewer expeditions that are replaced within a week or two, while the next one can contain a larger set of expeditions and last for 2 months.
Wow. It sounds like hardcore in the idea that you have to like dedicate yourself to playing it over a certain length of time, and that does not sound appealing. Like you have to come in and play this game. What is this I'm looking at? Yeah, okay. It's gory for sure. Ignore.
There's one in the staircase.
Ah, this is also rated M. So obviously it's going to be... Oh wait, Red Dead Redemption 2, duh. I don't play M games in general, so I'll just go ahead and pass on this one as well. Boneworks? What the heck? You just pushed that guy over and then shot him in the head? Experimental physics VR adventure. Do I need? Requires virtual reality headset. Wow, Steam, you're not doing a good job of recommending me stuff. I do not have VR. I have ignored every VR game you've recommended me. I don't know why this requires VR. Like, why can't you use a controller and just a regular screen to play this? Like, I don't see why this couldn't be adapted into a normal play style without a VR headset. I mean, holding the gun sideways is not necessary to play a game. Like, I don't see how that's at all necessary. Could easily, okay. Grabbing stuff with your arms, that's actually interesting. That's not something that could be easily done without removing the actual... I mean, you could just press the button and it'll just grab whatever's nearest to you, But if you have to actually move your arm to grab something, that's a little more interactive than simply holding down a grab button to grab any ledge that you may be coming across. So that's interesting, but I don't think it's impossible, obviously, to make this game playable for a non-VR experience. And what the heck? Why are these guys' heads exploding in blue? I'm just gonna go ahead and ignore this one anyway because it's VR only and I don't have VR. Football Manager. Are you serious right now? Steam, you usually recommended me better things than this. Now you're just throwing me off the wall stuff. What's the actual gameplay like? Because these are not... I'm just seeing real life people stuff. It is a menu game. That does not sound fun. Oh! There is a screenshot of like an actual in-game soccer game. Football. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to ignore this one as well. I'm not interested in menu games. Doesn't sound like fun to manage. I mean, it sounds... I mean, I'm definitely understand where micromanaging games are appealing. I have played my fair share of sim games like SimCity or Roller Coaster Tycoon. Those are fun. But those games have some sort of visual reference so you can see what you're managing. Here you're managing players and it's mostly looking like this, I'm guessing. Like you're probably not going to see this much because you don't have anything to manage here. You're not managing, unless you're managing the team, unless you're coaching the team, then you tell players what kind of plays they should do. But if you're just a manager, you're managing the players, like trades and stuff like that, and payroll and stuff like that. Clubs and your own unique ability. It just doesn't sound appealing to me. And there is a free demo, so if I was really interested, I'd probably download that. What is this? Now here's the first game that looks interesting because it's, I guess, more action oriented. And it doesn't seem to be super gory. I mean, the enemies just explode without, like, blood coloring and bones and stuff. Oh. When you die, you have a lot of blood. Wow. So, roguelikes are interesting because, basically, they sort of encourage you to fail, which is a weird thing to do. Because every time you die, you usually become more powerful, more in-game capable. Not that you, as a player... I mean, as a player, you probably become better at the game the more you play it. But in a roguelike, you actually, literally, in-game become more powerful as you die and restart. At least most do.
You ready, Megara? To Tiffany? Let's go.
So, like, there will be abilities that you gain through a run of a game where you maybe get to carry some of them over to the next playthrough. So you, like, are constantly building up on yourself, which unfortunately sort of leads to a grindy experience where, oh yeah, you can't actually do this at this point. You gotta, like, play through the game like 5 more times up to this point. You gotta replay the last 5 sections of the game before you're actually ready to do this part. So it's not skill based at that point, it's grinding based. Yes, there is some skill. Having skill at the game will, of course, help the experience go faster, but it is not... I don't think it's probably possible for most roguelikes to be beaten on the first playthrough. Even if you've played through the game 100 times before, it is impossible to play through the game fresh on the first try and beat it because you have to grind through multiple playthroughs of dying in order to get strong enough to actually beat it. If there is an ending. Which not all roguelikes have that. You know, it's just like see how far you can go before you do eventually die, no matter what. And then, of course, if you play through a bunch of times, you'll be able to last longer and longer every time, or each succeeding time. I mean, it doesn't look bad. The whole roguelike element kind of disappoints me a little bit because it probably also means randomized level designs, and minimal story, or minimal narrative, I should say. Unless there are set levels which are maybe more handcrafted, but if they're not handcrafted, they're probably just randomized. So there's like a bunch of different rooms that they slap together in random orders. $20 on sale. I mean, I'm definitely not going to buy it right now, but it looks interesting enough. Sure, I'll add it to my wish list, which adding it to my wish list just means I'm willing to look at this again later. Doesn't mean I'm actually going to get it. What is this? Transport Fever 2? This is a sequel? And it's called Transport Fever? Is this just a train simulator game? I already have a train simulator game on my wish list that I am waiting to get, although the graphics do look pretty nice here. It looks pretty realistic. I guess it's not limited to just trains. It's got trucks and airplanes and buses. What's the goal of this game? Simulator, which to me, simulator means that there is no end goal. It's just, hey, check out all these things you can experiment with. Because it's a simulation, you can run tests and see what it's like to do this kind of thing with whatever. The simulator here being how well can you manage all the transportation methods. I mean, the graphics look pretty detailed when you get up close, when most of the gameplay is going to be like high in the sky, looking down and like building roads and stuff. I mean, all these screenshots that they're showing here look pretty nice for scenery and stuff. The gameplay itself is mostly laying down roads like that, I'm guessing. Oh, and you can also just create mountains and stuff. So this is basically a SimCity without the... It's basically like a SimCity game. I mean, I don't know how to really distinguish it other than the fact that you're managing more transportation methods on a more detailed level rather than just the city. You have to manage all the trains and planes and automobiles that go into it. I mean, I have no doubt I would be entertained playing around in this simulator, but $40 almost. I just don't think this is a game for me. Like, simulators are definitely fun to play around in, but that's just about it. Because it's not like there's no like goal, there's no end to this game. It's just something you just turn on, play around with, and then I don't know, you could easily spend hours every day fooling around just to make stuff. I, for one, am going to ignore. I don't see myself getting this game. And I don't want Steam recommending more of these simulators to me. So I'm telling it ignore and move on. We're halfway there. Actually, more than halfway there. Oh. What is this? DJ Max? Is this a rhythm game? Sports rhythm. Sports. Is guitar playing a sport now? Is DJing a sport? I don't think so. What does the gameplay look like? These are neat little animations. I think they look pretty cool. But what is the gameplay like? I have no idea what this game plays like yet. It's supposed to be a rhythm game. Okay, I saw something there. Here's some like music select. That screen where bars are flying down, that is the gameplay. Was this a mobile game at some point? Because the vertical... The way this game looks, it looks like it was a mobile game at one point because it's a very narrow screen and then the background image is just like a video playing. It makes me think that this was like a mobile game first. Whoa. Is this multiplayer? I mean, I don't see why you couldn't have split screen or anything going on. It doesn't say it's a single player right here. Of course, the strength in this game is going to come from its music selection. If the core gameplay of the rhythm is fun enough. Man, I really want a good rhythm game for myself that I would be interested in, because I used to play DDR a lot back in the day. You know, back when it was more popular, I guess. I don't know if DDR is still a thing. And then, like I said, those animations in the beginning were really cool looking. But, I mean, I don't know. Let's see. DJ Max, but this thing bugs me to know that this game has a rootkit installed in it. Basically, an anti-cheat hack forces you to be online at all times, so you can't play offline. Makes sense for a mobile game. I won't specifically because there are a few reviews explaining it. Please remember if you do, gladly change this review. Okay, so that's just kind of like a review bump kind of thing where, I mean, it's not a review bump because there's not like masses of people claiming, hey, remove this thing. But he's giving it a negative review simply on the basis that it has this online only tracking thing in it, which is a fair complaint. But how the game plays, I don't know, Z talk about that too? Let me see. Same as the vanilla DJ Max respect on PS4. A few more songs added. Pricey, yeah. What was it? $40 for early access. I mean, that's early access. Early access is its own thing. I personally try to stay away from early access until it's, you know, out of early access. Grind my 999,000 combo on a PS4 version. Yeah. I mean, I want, like I said, I want to find a good rhythm game for myself, but I don't think this is going to be the one. So ignore for now. Again, ignore doesn't mean I'll never ever look at it again. It means I'm probably not going to look at it again. If it gets recommended to me by someone, then sure, I'll look at it. It's not like I'm blacklisting it or something like that. Darksiders, isn't this an M? Oh no, it's teen. Darksiders Genesis? This is a... Oh, it's co-op. Hack and slash. Oh, is this an action RPG where, like Diablo or something? Let's skip this cinematic junk. Look at some gameplay. Oh. Yeah. I think that's what it is. Well, I don't know. Enemies don't seem to be dropping piles of loot.
That honor is payment enough.
It could just be a top-down action RPG. Is it local co-op? I'm seeing this split screen look here. Yes. Okay, good.
Relax and you might enjoy it.
Brand new story-based campaign. First look at Darksiders. Oh, before the events of the original game. So it's like a prequel game. Introduces co-op for the first time. Okay, that makes sense. PC and Stadia? I guess Stadia is not technically a PC platform, though you can play it on PC as well. I guess you could play this on a Chromebook or something, maybe? In theory. But if the Chromebook is running a Windows platform, if it's an operating system, is that not also PC? Also, PC just stands for personal computer, but somehow it means it's become a meaning that means Windows platform somehow. You know what? I'll add this to my wish list. Why not? It looks interesting to me. I'll look back at this later. M-Game. See ya, Resident Evil 3. I know you're a highly praised series, but I'm not interested in super gory, bloody monster stuff. Pistol Whip is the name of the game. Action Rhythm FPS? What? Oh wait, is this a VR game? It is. Requires VR. Come on, Steam. M-Game. Sniper contracts. Sniping gameplay. I mean, it sounds interesting. The whole game is all about sniping. But yeah, I'm not interested in super bloody. Yeah. See ya. Dragon Ball Z. Relive the story of Goku and other Z fighters in Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. So this I have seen a little bit before. I mean, there are a ton of Dragon Ball Z games that just retell the story of the Dragon Ball Z series. But this one, I think it's going to be more RPG. Yeah, open world. This sounds interesting. I am definitely interested in checking this out later. It'll be coming out January 16th. Yeah. Of course it'll be, holy cow, $95 for Ultimate Edition. Who knows what's in that? So yeah, I'm interested in checking this out later. Holy cow, spoilers, I guess. They're just killing all the characters off. How far, I wonder how far this goes, if it ends with Frieza or goes beyond that. It probably just ends with Frieza. If so, these are major spoilers. But if it goes beyond that, goes into the androids, maybe it won't. Because that would mean this is like final boss footage right here, if it ends with Frieza. Maybe it'll go beyond that to the android saga. But if it ends with Frieza, I mean, I would expect it to end with Frieza if this is like the first game in a possible series. Like if they're going to release a sequel, then they would do like androids and Cell. But oh wait, no, here's Cell right here. They're going to do the android stuff. Now my next question is, will they go beyond Cell into Boo? Oh yeah, here's a fusion character. They are going to do Boo. Wow, this is gonna be a huge game then. If they're gonna go through like all of Dragon Ball Z. Well, yeah, all of classic Dragon Ball Z. None of the new stuff that's been coming out lately. Wow, definitely interested. You know, I reviewed Legacy of Goku 1 and 2 on the GBA. I really like those games. Well, I really like the second game most of all. First game is kind of meh. But yeah, definitely interested in checking this out in the future, especially open world and stuff. I mean, I'm sure most of the fights will just be the story fights from the game, and then the open world stuff will have like some side quests similar to Legacy of Goku 2 and 3. So yeah, looks really interesting. But that would be the end of the Discovery Queue. Now for the channel update. Oh, I got a trading card for that. Cool. Again, this is the 100 subscriber special. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for subscribing for those of my first 100 subscribers. A note going forward, I have been doing these. I started doing these with the 10 subscriber count. Then I did 20, 30, 40, all the way up to 100 now. My next subscriber special will be when we reach 200. I'm not going to do 110. Basically, I'm just doing like the farthest left number. Every time that goes up in my count, that is when I'm going to make a special video like this. Yeah, so that means the next subscriber special is going to be the 200 subscriber special. Who knows when that'll ever happen, because getting my first 100, that's pretty cool. It feels like getting my first 10 subscribers took months, and then getting up to 100 took like maybe a year from then. I'm guessing 200 will feel like a long time, but then like 3, 4, 5, if I go any higher than that, 3, 4, and 500, those will be like quicker. Like, just because growth on YouTube, I'm sure, is like an acceleration. Getting my first 100 subscribers is going to take as long as going up to 1,000 subscribers. From 100 to 1,000, that's going to be, I feel like that's going to take just as long as going from 0 to 100. Just because of the way growth works on YouTube and stuff. And so anyway, channel update. I do have another review already made for next week. And then hopefully I need to get that channel trailer out. I need to start recording the video. I keep saying that. I feel like I said this at the end of the last 3 subscriber specials, that I need to record the video, which means I really need to do it now because I've hit 100 subscribers. I need to have a channel trailer. Other than that, I felt like I have a plan to do the Final Fantasy series. I've played a lot of Final Fantasy games. I haven't talked about any of them on my channel yet. I feel like I should just do like a marathon of some of the Final Fantasy games to review. And then also the Zelda series. I don't think I reviewed any Zelda games on this channel yet, which is why I need to do a marathon of Zelda games, because I have played a lot of them, most of them. And so I should start putting out the reviews on those, just to let people know what it's really like to play these games. And that's kind of my goal with the demonstrative reviews, is that I'm trying to show you how the game actually looks when it's played. Because most review videos are like, they're showing you clips of like all the cool stuff and all the specific things they're talking about, which is good to see clips of what the person's talking about. But I feel like it doesn't give a complete... I feel like that is a good method for critique of a game. But reviews are kind of like more general and sort of impressionistic, I feel. Like a review is... I'm trying to give you a review to help you know what you're getting into. I'm not trying to rate the game in the sense of, you know, like a real critique would be. I'm just trying to give a review of what the game is like to play, and at the same time I tell you about all the good and bad things about the game, but you're really just seeing what it's like to play the game for however 20 minutes, however long the video happens to be. So you get like a real impression of what it's like to play the game. So you're not just jumping from clip to clip every 10 seconds, which I feel like is a better service to the viewer. I'm thinking about maybe mixing in some clips here and there as I talk or bring up certain things. In fact, I have been saving clips of games I play on Switch, because you can just hold the snapshot button to save the last 30 seconds or so. So I have been starting to collect clips that I want to put into some of my future reviews. But other than that, I think things are going to be going normally. I also have plans to possibly add in some opinion videos, more of those. I've got a couple of design ideas, because I also am sort of working on my own projects, making games a little bit here and there, not too much. I have, released one game for free on RPG Maker or whatever, but I mean, everybody does that. I'm trying to sort of develop design ideas, and I might just share some of those in like opinion videos in the future. Let me know if that is something you want to see. If I get a comment about those, that'll encourage me to actually get up and make those. But I really should probably focus on the channel trailer first. But anyway, that is the end of this video. Thank you again, my first 100 subscribers. Hopefully we'll get to 200. Thanks for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.